Hello, my name is Umeh Chinememma Ugonna, a librarian with the Librarians Registration Council of Nigeria. I would owe this opportunity to my boss, the CEO Registrar of Librarians Registration Council of Nigeria, Dr. Victoria Okoje, who suggested that I put a proposal for the Start the News conference taking place in Utah. And I would say this is a very huge honor for me to be doing this for you. I would indulge that you give me your keen attention, and if it gets a little bit boring, well, it can be helped. Anyways, my topic will be on the use of social media to provide and raise awareness of news contents, specifically to users in Nigeria. In other words, Nigerian libraries and librarians. The concept of news means a lot of things to different people, different sectors, different societies. Okay, what might be news for me might not be news for the next person. With the growing emergence of technology, news has kind of transformed from the traditional to the new. Okay, the traditional meaning the newspapers, the televisions, the radios, and moving out to social sites, social medias like the Facebook, the Twitter, the blogs, and a whole lot of them. I did a whole research about social medias, and I found that there are about more than 1,000 different social media, some going into extinction, some just coming out, and that has put a sort of partial trend or partial pool of the users now from the traditional into the new media. With the growing presence of more technology, it's made it even easier for anyone and everyone to switch from the traditional to the new media. Earlier on, I said that the news means a lot of things to different sectors, and I would want to limit that or bring that down to the Nigerian environment. Nigeria, as a country that I come from, is a unique one, and I say that because despite the fact that we are lacking in some areas, yet we find a way to rise above. We also have come to use the social media. In fact, maybe even more than the rest of the world. That's not a fact, but we use it as enthusiastically as the rest of the world do. But we haven't yet we haven't fully learned to utilize it. We are still on a level, actually, and the level that we are on is in the level of personalizing it, just using it to relate with friends, using it for colleagues, or just meeting new people, finding out old friends or from schools and all that. So, but we are still in the stage of getting to know the full extent of the social media and how not just Nigerians this time, but particularly librarians and libraries can make use of the social media to broadcast news, create awareness about the library sector in itself. Another very wonderful feature of the social media is its immediate feedback. The social media has been created with a structure that makes it easy to get immediate response from the people from your target audience. Let me put it that way, from your target audience. The point is, I can get immediate assessment of anything I post on the social media, be it the Twitter, be it the Facebook, be it the high five, or whatever media I want to post. Okay, as long as I have the link of friends or the correct link that I want, anyone can access that information and comment on it, like it, or dislike it. Whatever, you get the immediate response that you need, which is what the world is going on the fast track. Okay, people want a quick response. Okay, the social media makes it easy for that to be possible, and that is why it attracts much people onto its platform. It is also very, very available. I keep saying that the world is getting all technological. A lot of things are coming up that are almost pushing the traditional media out of the picture and introducing more of the new media. It's so available on your phones, on your tabs, on your iTouches. There are the applications right there. All you need, download it. With the right subscription, you get unlimited access, unlimited updates on the social media. It's a great thing. It is also easily updated. Is that a problem? Okay.
3, 2, 1.
It is also easily updated. Okay, I can put up information on the social media and change it almost at the same time. Maybe because it has errors, or maybe because I've got much more recent information about what I posted. I can update it, no cost at all. It's also flexible. One thing about it is that whatever information you put on the social media is so flexible as the undecisive mind of people. As it doesn't come with a particular, it doesn't tell you what to think. It tells you, hey, look at me, analyze me. What do you think? That's exactly what the social media does. Then you get a lot of people viewing it, having different comments, having different, mindsets about it. The social media with these qualities, timeliness, reach, easy updates, flexibility, these are the qualities and the features that attract people to it, and almost makes it possible for them to forget about using other medias and just sticking to this media. Now I would want to really narrow down everything that I've been saying to Nigeria. In Nigeria, we, like I said earlier, have embraced the use of the social media, even over the use of the newspapers and the television, because somehow it costs easier. It's a cheaper cost to have the social media. Once you have your phone, you can put a subscription on it that's going to last you as long as possible, and you have updates on it. But if you have to reduce yourself to getting the newspapers and all that, you get to spend like every day. It's not free like it is in most European countries. Research showed that most academic librarians make use of the social media for their own personal use, to chat with friends, meet up with colleagues, nothing really specifically to the library sector. But some organizations nonetheless have made use of this social media to an extent, maybe not gone overboard with it, but they have made their name on the social media. Of such organizations, we have LRCN, that's the Librarians Registration Council of Nigeria, the organization I work for, and we also have the National Library of Nigeria and the National Library Association. Now the LRCN, we have a Facebook site, we have a Twitter account, we also have an online forum. Now these are medias that we use to reach out to our audience, and they reach out to us. The whole feedback and updates, we do all that. The same goes for the Nigerian Library Association and the National Library of Nigeria. These organizations have found a way of making use of the social media to reach out to their audience, but there is a limit anyway. The limit is it sort of cuts out the rest of the public, those people who don't know anything about libraries, those people who don't know anything about librarians. Yes, there are people like that who are not yet aware of what librarians do, or that they can use libraries for things other than reading for an exam. So in that aspect, I would say that that's basically the range to which Nigerian libraries and librarians have made use of it. And there are challenges anyway to those who are not able to make use of it. They have viable challenges to their not making use of it. Now, the challenges facing Nigerian libraries and librarians are, but not really limited to the ones I'm going to mention, are the fact that, number one, since they are not sure of whom is posting what on the social media sites. It's almost impossible for them to condition the minds of the users as well to, trust what they themselves are going to be posting on the social media sites. So that's a bit of a challenge. And when we don't have that, we have the fact that some Nigerian libraries still think that the social media is a luxury. The fact that there are other existing problems, and it would be a waste of time to start focusing on the social media or saying you're sending news or you're trying to update them about libraries when they haven't even solved their physical, their real problems. Also, the Nigerian society views the social media more as a tool for personal interaction. This ideology has sort of conditioned the minds of librarians as well, because they are part of the Nigerian society anyway. So they only view the social media as a tool for relating to friends. They don't actually see the possibility of using it as a marketing platform or as a way of creating awareness. So we just have like random people just making impacts, which is not much, okay, on the social media. All right, we need people, we need librarians to truly see the social media not just as a personal tool, but also as a tool for reaching out to the general public, letting them know what the librarians and the libraries are there for, what we can do, which goes beyond sitting at the libraries and handing out books to people and telling them what to do, or asking back for books, or looking at gloom with glasses, and just the mindset that is being created. Well, we go beyond that. We as librarians know it. The society as well needs to know it. The growing rise in technology also has proved a challenge to librarians in Nigeria making use of the social media. Why? Because then we have to ask for more funding. We have to ask for funding to get these technologies, funding to subscribe to the network that's going to give you the instant access to the social media. That's a whole lot of ball games, because then we are struggling with fundings for our structures, fundings for our facilities, and now you want to include funding for social media. It's just going to bring a whole lot of things down. So it's a huge challenge anyway. Also, the Nigerian libraries still struggle to get quality and updated information resources. When they don't have the materials at hand, what exactly are they going to the social media to tell the public that they have? So there's a problem of what we have and what we need to let the public know that we have. When they don't feel satisfied with their contents, when the public itself doesn't even feel satisfied with the library's content, its resources, there's no way that they would be influenced otherwise, even if they come on the social media. Now, based on these challenges that I have mentioned, I do have some suggestions on how we, meaning the librarians and libraries of Nigeria, can make use of these websites. You might probably see something worth adopting from this anyway. Number one suggestion is that we can make use of it as a marketing platform. The concept of marketing for libraries exceeds promoting its services and defining its products. It goes into PR, public relations. Just imagine with me that on the Facebook site, we have a section for libraries or library books, maybe titled library books. And anyone that has access to it, that can click on it, has access to the list of libraries that are close by, not just the list of libraries, but also its content, what they have, okay? And maybe little details, little informations about what those books contain. At least, I'm saying this, at least 20% of people who view that link are going to go there for themselves and see this, okay? And probably the other 80% will just be aware of that these libraries actually exist and that they have all these materials in them. So libraries in Nigeria need to focus more or find a way of making use of the social media. Facebook, be it Twitter, be it whatever, blogs actually, or high fives, or zangers, or whatever they are. They're like gazillion amounts of social medias. I searched and I found them. And we can use this. We can use this and market our product, market our services, make the people know that we are existing and what we do. Also, we can make use of the social media to establish more virtual communities for librarians and libraries. The virtual sites have solved the issue of time and space. I'm talking to Utah right now, although this is not really a social media, it's a video. But put this on Facebook or put it anywhere, and other people have access to it. Okay, if I was doing a live feed, the virtual site, the Skype has made it easy for me to view my audience from 1,000 miles away, and they can see me at the same time. So we need, okay, probably this might be limited to only librarians, so you think, but we can also make this available to people who are not even into library science. Imagine a situation where you come to the library and you're talking to a renowned librarian right there in the library. You don't know anything about library, but it's going to create an excitement in you. Okay, having someone as experienced as that talking to you from a very far distance is there's a lot of ways that using this virtual network is going to work. It's going to help in creating awareness for librarians and libraries. Maybe we haven't even verged into it yet, but I believe if we make up our mind, Nigerians, if we make up our mind, it's going to be a huge addition in helping advocate for librarians and library science in Nigeria. One other way that I think Nigerians can, or Nigerian libraries can make use of the social media is by establishing partnership. A lot of organizations have verged or have gone into the social media. It's our responsibility to find out all these thriving organizations, probably find out how they do it, how they work out, and how probably they can help us out. Okay, these other organizations who are much more advanced in the use of social media sites have ideas that we probably don't have, or they have the resources that we probably don't have. The Librarians Registration Council of Nigeria did something like that. They partnered with the Daily Trust newspaper of Nigeria, the Nigerian Daily Trust newspaper, and every day they get free newspapers. Not just free newspapers, whatever the council is having any programs or having any new information, they are being announced on the Daily Trust newspaper at a lower cost. Partnering with the right people is going to help in the area of funding for the libraries and librarians who don't get as much funding as is needed to run the libraries. With the right partnership, they can solve that issue. The social media can be a good platform to set this up. We can also join niche societies or niche social networks on the social media. What are niche social networks? I'm going to say this because I'm assuming you don't know. But these networks exists for specialized group of people. Like we have the library thing for librarians and book lovers. Okay, it's a site where you can, upload information on the kind of books that you have in your library. If it's a personal one, you can just let people know what you have and like a little excerpts of what the books contain and all that. We have other niche societies, niche social networks like that. The librarians can take advantage of this. We are the guardians of information. We know what people we know, or we should know what people want. But it's even easier when we're talking about a group of people in a sector, like in the financial sector. We know what's going to interest the finance person. In the political sector, we know what's going to interest the political individual, the governors and all that. So if we are able to infiltrate this niche social networks, we're able to feed them with information that they need. It's like spreading your seeds and, you know, letting everybody know that, hey, we librarians, we are more than just sitting in the library. We can do research for you, we can consult for you, we have all the information that you need. Okay, so we can use the niche networks to create this awareness. Also, the Nigerian libraries and librarians can join niche networks. What are niche networks? These are networks that have been sort of specialized for a group, for different groups of people. We have some for the business people, we have some for librarians and book lovers, like the library thing. We have for financial people, for political people, political-minded people. These are networks set aside for them. Every conversation on that network is purely on the subject of its creation. So libraries and librarians can infiltrate these networks. I use the word infiltrate because well, we have to find a way of creating awareness about what we do and erase the image that users or clientele have of us being in dusty libraries, seated with glasses and waiting for books to come to us. We are more than that, and we can make that statement, spread the news, by getting into these niche networks, feeding them with information that they would probably need. Okay, because we are the people who are guardians to information. We know what each sector might need, and if we are able to give it to them, they know that we exist and they know what we can do. We can also create research teams on the social network, as well as play active roles in open discussions. Probably it's the research team that will handle this, because one thing that we librarians are good at doing is making comments and making conversations on issues that are library-minded. I really haven't been able to prove that librarians actually, that's as an organization, not individually, make comments or contribute in social situations or social and economic issues. We kind of keep our opinions to the individual, but as a body, if we are able to contribute to thriving discussions that affect the nation or social economic issues, then we are also creating an awareness of our, not just our capability now, but our in-depth knowledge of what's going on in the society. That way we make people see us as a part of the society. Every other sector, they don't really have to thrive too much to, especially in Nigeria, they don't have to thrive too much to get noticed. You get a little child in school who wants to be a doctor, who wants to work in a bank, who wants to be a teacher, but you don't really get the child who wants to be a librarian. It's until they grow up and then when they go to the libraries in their schools, they see all the whole adults there, that they think, oh, well, it's just for the old people. What am I doing there? But with this, if they're able to create, make an impact on the social media by contributing in issues affecting the society, it doesn't just stop there. It goes into the place of the parents now being, kids, look what the librarians are doing on social media. You have to be a librarian when you grow up. Something like that. And it's a huge opportunity if we delve into other conversations other than things that affect librarianship. Yes, the library sector is yet to get to the place where it's supposed to be, but to get it there, I think we need to let go of the library sector, focus on other sectors, and get them to take note of librarians, and then get them to focus on getting libraries to where they're meant to be. And finally, I came up with this idea, and I believe that it is going to work if we actually put our minds to making it work. I'll call it the International Librarian Link. If you look at the slide, you're going to see 7 circles. That's the 7 continents: Asia, Europe, North America, South America, Africa, Antarctica, Australia. Now, imagine that in this different continents. We have 10 or more librarians in them, whose sole responsibility is feeding information all through the whole continent via the social media. Just imagine that whatever is happening in Asia, the librarians there forward it to Europe, the European librarians forward it to Australia. Just all around, everybody knows what's going on around the world via the social media and through the librarians. It's going to make a huge statement knowing that if you want accurate information, go to the Facebook. We've got librarians there who are going to give you the information you need. You don't have to go to the library anymore. That's a huge way for us to create awareness, to make a statement in the social media. So it's a conscious, selective collaboration of librarians to invade the social media. I believe if we are able to set these people apart and actually make this work, we're going to be taking librarianship to the next level. It's not going to be business as usual. We wouldn't have to be the ones struggling to make ourselves known. The world will help make us known. I would like to conclude this way. The social media has made communication very, very easy. To an extent, the traditional media made their impact, but right now, the world is moving towards the social media, and for good cause. Okay, it's the Nigerian society, the Nigerian libraries and librarians, with the little knowledge that they have actually been able to make their impact, reach their audience via these medias, but a lot more needs to be done. A lot more can be done using the social media. With the suggestions I earlier raised, I'm believing and trusting that such suggestions will actually be put into practice, okay? Maybe not all of them at once, but one after the other. We can make more impact. We can have more results if we are able to maximize the full potential of the social media. With that, I would like to say thank you so much for listening.